Hey guys and girls, welcome back to Dad's Toy Garage, and a quick little intro here on what we're going to be doing today. This is what we're going to be making. It is an OEM style floor mat for this car here, which is a 1973 Toyota Celica. But what I do here, you'll be able to use on any classic car where, let's say, you can't actually go out and buy the floor mats, but you want something that looks factory. You'll be able to make this. So let's get right into this. Let's get her done. Let's have some fun, and hopefully you guys can learn some things along the way with me. So let's get rolling.
Great. Kind of puts you back to 1976.
So it's the same block size as the door. It's 400, right?
No,
No, it's
his is a newer series engine.
like a bigger one.
All right, guys and girls, it's at Brian's shop again. A little progress update on the car. He has made tons of progress. This engine, I believe, is done, and check out the cool paint job on there. It's a matte metallic blue. It's very much the concept I want to go with on my Project Judith Ann. And yeah, so you've seen this in an earlier video, we'll link it up. But we've been working on headliner design. He's made a full fiberglass headliner in here. And this is repurposed from a van, so you can have the cooling to have the ventilation. But we were running into, you can see we've been prototyping here how we're gonna vinyl wrap this thing, and not with like automotive vinyl wrap, but upholstery vinyl. And he's working with door panels here. Yeah, so for those of you that haven't seen this car here, I'll link up the earlier video and you can see how much progress he's made on this thing, but it's coming along really well. All right, guys and girls, this is a victory moment. When I dumped the fluid out of the transfer case and the transmission, we had butterscotch. You guys saw that. This guy would not move. So I put ATF in, let it sit for a while, run it. Then now I have diesel fuel sitting in there to kind of help break down any rust that had built up. What is awesome, Tony gave me the idea. He said, well, I bet your linkages are frozen up from not being used and sitting so long. So check this out, guys. Everything is as it should be. I bet you we're gonna have four-wheel drive now. I could actually go play in the snow. So, and to have rust in your FJ, I don't know what the big deal is. You can inspect all the linkages, you know, make sure they're working. So, and then the benefit is when it sits for a while, you can come back in, you know, just hit it with a little lubricant. And it's kind of like magic. You can get it working the way it should be. Well, they say these Land Cruisers are pretty resilient. I agree. You know, first and second were not working, but reverse, third and fourth would, and it had enough torque to pull through third and drive. But I tried taking this guy off here. You can like push down and turn it clockwise or counterclockwise. I could not get it. I know there's a couple ways to do it, but I couldn't get it. So I just gently found where first and second should be, and I pushed and it slowly worked in. So then I took some more of this diesel fuel, put it in there. You know, let it run down there, and we have first, second, third, fourth. So yeah, that's cool. That means I can now drive this thing nicely once we get brakes in it. Well, as nice as you get when you get a little seat sag and all that stuff going on, but awesome. So we'll put it back together and then we'll call it good for today. All right, I just picked up these seats. They were free on the local marketplace, and if they fit in the Land Cruiser, I might actually reupholster them. Like I said earlier video, they are crunchy. The seat base, I think, is rotted away on the Land Cruiser one, so I think these could be made to work. At least get them mounted in there, have something to use while I want to have fun with it before the full restoration. And they are, I believe, 93 to 96 Toyota Corolla seats, but I think they should work all right. They're a little bit of an understated shape, but with a nice adjustable headrest, so a little bit of modernization there. Alright guys and girls, a little tool update and a little paint color update. But I went in, I have this orbital that my dad bought in '97, I guess to do one of his project cars. And I'm going to be giving it back to him. All I want to do is buy a pad. I got to the shop and they said it's 65 bucks for Canadian for the pad, or you can buy a brand new orbital for the same price. And I thought, well, let's buy the brand new orbital. It's also half the weight. I guess technology advances. But let's take a look at what we got here. So here's the orbital my dad bought. This thing's got some good weight to it. So I paid $112 with tax Canadian, and that got me the Hook It 1 system of 220 grit. We're going to be bringing the Miata in here soon, so you'll look forward to seeing those videos coming up. And this is the orbital I got. I'm told it's very similar to the $500 Mac Tools one in make and feel. So it'll work. Apparently guys are using these long term at the shops, and I'll be using it very rarely as I don't build as many cars as shops redo. So then, let's put this away. The next thing to go with that, we got two colors here. So this one here is a matrix. I could get this in matrix when I've been spraying my other stuff. And this is the 4U0. It came on the FJ Cruiser 2008 to 2010. That's this color. And then this is the original Dune Beige made by PPG in a solvent base. It's the code 416. You can kind of see it through here. So you get it in this light. We'll go bring it over to the window where we have outside lighting for a minute or two before the sun goes down. So you'll see it change here. So you can see this color versus that one. There's a little bit more gray to the original FJ 40 Dune Beige versus this newer FJ Cruiser Beige. Has a little bit more tan to it. It's more Desert Storm, but they'll both work. I'm almost actually liking this better. I thought I would like this at first, but PPG has this in solvent base is what I'm used to spraying, and Matrix has this in solvent base. I can get this in a single stage through a different paint line if I go through my normal supplier, but those are the colors right there. Alright guys, we got our carpet here. Got the floor mats. They're going to become our patterns, and we'll get it done. I'll probably trace it onto the back side and cut from the back side. If I can cut it with a scissor, we'll cut it with a scissor. I have not done floor mats before, but we will know how to do them for sure after this. So I've got the carpet upside down. I've got the driver's side floor mat upside down. We're going to take driver, passenger out of one side, and then the rest will be left for the back. And then I got to figure out, I might do the same thing for the trunk, make a trunk mat in this video yet, which means we got to order a little more carpet. We also got to order, once I know how much I need, a backing that has these little dimples on there so that it sticks to the carpet without moving around when you're hitting the brake and the clutch and the gas. So we've got our pattern here. It was such old carpet, it had a lot of waves. So to trace this, I'll just get a ruler and we'll do that way. So we'll see if these scissors do all four items. And I guess what helps it work is, this is very thin. It's just carpet, no underlay, nothing like that. Here's our floor mat, carpet part for driver's side. I gotta be really careful on these edges, they don't fray. So I tried both techniques as you saw in the time lapse. I've got a little razor blade which will cut it. The thing is, it leaves a lot of little frays on the edges behind. The scissors do a nice neat job. So carpet's thin enough, we can do that. I'm just gonna trim a couple of fuzzies off the edges here. And then we'll go test to fit this in the car. There it is, fitting in the car, factory shape. I might have to do a little trimming around the speaker area here. We'll check into that. But I'm gonna go make the passenger side now. that should be a direct fit. The other thing I don't like, but I guess it'll have to be there because if you go too high, the carpet will start rolling back, is this heel pad. It kind of sticks past. Here's the passenger side, guys. There's a little cutout here I didn't add right now. I think these would work on left or right hand drive cars. That's why there's a cutout on both sides. I don't think it needs it unless it needs it to make the fold in the car. So I didn't add it. As you can see here, it's not added, but I think we'll see if it works. And if not, we can always add it. There's the passenger side, and the reason right there is because the carpet has a bit of a hump. That was the fault of ACC's carpet not fitting properly to the mold. But I think with a little more trimming, we can get this piece to work nicely. So I want to make a single back piece one that'll cover the transmission hump because I have 3 young kids. If they're going to get in and out of the car, I know it's a 4-seater, but 2 kids in the back of the car, I know that hump will get worn down a lot faster. So I took this in just to get a quick measurement. This is exactly from this point is the center of the transmission or drive shaft tunnel, and then this is the rocker panel or the sill, depending on your country. So that worked. This is the exact width. I want to go underneath the seat, gives good coverage. So to start, I traced this edge shape, flipped it over, did this. Now I'm going to cut it a straight edge along there, and yeah, we will have our starting point. I'm going to have to notch out these corners for the seat belts that I've installed, and probably a bit of a notch out here for, like, it's going to go under the seat a little ways and then it'll come back, and here's where the console is going to sit. So yeah, that should work nicely. So now we've got this piece of carpet. I can take it in the car for the first test fit, and then we will mark where it needs trimming, we'll trim, and we'll get this thing fitting up just right. And if I don't like a one piece, we'll just turn it into a 2 and cut the transmission hump. So floor mats are glued on. Figure give you guys a close-up before we cut them apart. And so now when you flip them over, you got this backing on there. So they're all trimmed out now, and when you flip them over, they got the backing on there. So if you look on the back side here, what I'm doing now is shaving off the little nibs that are on here just around the edge so that we can sew the banding on here, or the edging. It'll get a nice edging all the way around. But let's go see if that fits in the car. Pull out the original one here. As you can see, they also had the little nibs in there. So you can see it fits very well in there. So that should work. We'll go get the edging put onto there at that point. There's the other mat. The fit is very good on that guy. A little bit better than the driver's side yet. So I might play with just the corner up by the speaker over there. We'll see. Check that out, guys. I'm kind of excited about this. It's a one-piece rear floor mat, and it goes right over the drive shaft hump. I've got the fit right where it needs to be in here. It's going to get edging yet, but I was pretty excited how well this fit. And I thought kids that I have, they'll be climbing in and out of here when we go for cruises, and that keeps the transmission tunnel protected, or the drive shaft tunnel. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And when the edging's on there, it should look super nice. So It's also done in a matching loop pile material that I managed to find from the local fabric store. So that is the back. Check that out, guys and girls. We got a full set of floor mats here. The edging is put on it now. So driver, passenger, front, a trunk one, and this is the one-piece rear mat. And if we get up close in there, you can see now it's got the edging stitched onto it. All of these guys, and that's just this piece here. And like how we shaved off the back edge with some of these dimples, now it can sit flush on there instead of getting like lumpy. So I had sent these into my workplace and they ordered in the edging material, or maybe you call it binding. I don't know the actual name of that material, but I had them do it. They have a nice machine. My machine would not get through this material. I'm not even gonna try it. But yeah, so let's go throw those in the car and let's see how they look in there. All right, let's fit this in the car. This is the passenger side one. Check out that fit, guys and girls. That makes me really happy. It looks good in there. So here's our driver's side mat. It looks slick. The only thing you'll probably notice is a bit of this heel pad showing through. There's not much I can do about that. ACC put that pad definitely not exactly where it needs to be in my mind. I think it should have been over more on the flat here. But everything else works really well for that. All right, so now for that one-piece rear mat, might be a tighter fit. I'm really hoping that thing fits as intended. I'm liking the idea of the one-piece mat. So I'll go grab that, I'll throw it in the car, and then we'll have a look at it together. Here's that one-piece rear mat. It's great. I'm pretty excited about that. Lots of protection for the original carpet. And for those of you who don't know how the original Celica carpet went, it was originally one piece that went from here till there, just a tunnel piece. Then it had one piece to cover that, the other side, one here and one here, and I guess if you wanted rubber floor mats, you got these kind, which I'm saving for rain days and the car wash. But I've gone with the single piece carpet and just made removable floor mats. I think that should work really nice. So there's the mat in the trunk. It's a little bit of closure for those of you who have been watching the build series on this trunk. So I'm going to call that a wrap on my interior. It's done and I don't have to deal with it now for a while. I can work on the brakes. That's what I have up next on the car build. And for those of you wondering what's up with your engine, I am also wondering what's up with it. So I'll see what the machine shop says, and hopefully you guys can see an engine build coming before summer, I guess. But we'll keep going on this build, and hopefully I'm driving this thing mid-summer, early spring would be slick. So guys, get in your shop, get your stuff done, have a good time, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.